Welcome to the Urban Action Showcase and Expo International Action Film Festival Special Edition. We
Thank
are
you.
introducing our new contest. As some of you may know, starting March 1st, the Urban Action Showcase International Action Film Festival, Season 10, baby, 10th anniversary, Season 10 will
Wow.
begin the call for entries. And before I introduce my esteemed guest, I'm going to give you a little taste of what's coming. Here we go.
We're trying hard to let loose all the things that bother us. Then we go out and let go. Then we go out and let it flow. As I see sunshine coming through my window, feel the desire to conquer the world. Please don't slow me down, 'cause I wanna reach the top now. All we have to do is go with the flow. Trying hard to let loose all the things.
All right, all right, all right, all right. That was our little promo for the 10th anniversary of our International Action Film Festival. And I want to thank our longtime founding sponsor, HBO Cinemax, aka Warner Media, for their support from day one. And most of all, I want to thank these filmmakers here for their support, because without the filmmakers, none of our success would be possible. So let me start with our winner of course, first, the 2021 2-minute warning contest, director Matt Marit, ladies and gentlemen. And the name of that film was Weapon of Choice. And the esteemed fighters and actors in this winning film are Christine Lee and Eric Fuchs. Now, these alumni, first of all, I'd like to say alumni, because Eric has been in this contest before. Matt, have you been in the contest before?
No, but I did the Blood and Sweat no budget film in 2016, Dragon Within. That was my first festival ever. So
Oh, okay. So you are alumni. You're
yeah.
alumni as well. Absolutely. Cool. So, Matt, let's talk to you first. When did you start your journey into filmmaking? Why and why action?
So I was 10 years old and my grandma got me into Bond films. That's kind of her thing. We watch all the Bond films together. And the interesting thing about Bond films is that you can see the evolution of cinema in action. And I'm an editor, and a lot of the editors that edited Bond ended up directing Bond. So I've always been fascinated with action. I've watched Bruce Lee. I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan. Jackie Chan, Shaw Brothers, Golden Harvest. And I started filmmaking really in 2014 when I came to New York and went to Brooklyn College.
Very cool. Very cool. So action has always been something that you wanted to explore as far as your favorite genre and what you wanted to do as a filmmaker, how you wanted to express yourself.
Yes, because my mom was very strict when I was young. What movies I can watch? I watched a lot of musicals, but then my uncle would like show me Bruce Lee movies and stuff, and I realized it's similar to a musical because it's like a dance. Choreography is closer to dance than actual like real fighting. So there's a beauty in that, and I've always found that even in the violence, like when there's blood and stuff, I'm like, wow, it's like an artist painting the screen.
Very cool. I agree. I agree. Christine,
Hey,
tell us your journey into the martial arts, into action cinema, why you love action cinema, and what got you into actually being a action, I should say, action actor.
yeah, I mean, I started martial arts when I was pretty young, started Taekwondo, that whole, you know, standard rigmarole. And I took my first acting class in college, and I kind of got bitten by the acting bug there. And I knew I wanted to be in theater. I knew I wanted to do acting. But I also knew my martial arts would kind of give me an edge, just because not a lot of good actors can fight and not a lot of fighters can act. So that was kind of my idea. So I went on Backstage, and there was an ad that was looking for female. Hello, hi, female. Oh, hi, it's us. Female fighters, and I was like, oh, hi, I'm a female fighter. And this ended up being the precursor to Power Rangers Unworthy, which is where me and Eric and a couple of other stunt people met. So then that was kind of my very first high pressure experience in front of the camera and fighting. So from there, it became kind of my bread and butter, because I wasn't really doing other acting gigs or acting. I didn't have any opportunities to exercise my acting muscle. And the more I got into stunt fighting, the more I learned about it. The more I realized how much I loved movement and how in the moment you had to be to fight. So from there, I was like, acting and stunt fighting really go hand in hand for me.
Cool. First of all, I like to say I'm definitely a fan. That weapon of choice, boy, you took that Hammer Girl role to the next level. I was proud of you, because you know that's one of my favorite movies. You know,
My favorite movie.
You know, Eco and them. You know what I'm saying? So, Eric, man, you a bad man. I just want you to know you're a bad man. So tell us about your martial arts journey and why and when you got into action films.
Thank you, Demetrius. Yeah, so I've done martial arts since I was 5 years old, and it's been my greatest passion since I was like 10, I would say. When I was 10 or 12 years old, it became like the center of my life. So by the time I was 13, I decided this was it. I have to do something with martial arts. I didn't know what it was, but I knew whatever I did for the rest of my life was going to be martial arts. So I did start with teaching. When I was about 15, I was helping assistant teaching and stuff like that. And when I was going through this process of, thinking about how do I turn martial arts into my life? How do I turn this into a, career supporting or something that can support me in my life going forward? The options that were available to me at first, that were clear, really all I could see at the moment was teaching, owning my own school one day, and competing. So I was like, all right, well, I guess if that's the avenues, I'll try some both. So I was teaching, I was running a school when I was 18, and I competed from about 10 years old until I was 21 years old. And now I do compete once in a while here and there. But I was like seriously competing back then. And at some point, maybe around when I was 18, I discovered film fighting. I discovered the art of fight choreography. And I had already been messing around with making fight scenes when I was 13, like a lot of stunt performers do when they're a kid, jumping off of things you shouldn't jump off of and pretending to punch your friends and kicking your friends, sometimes accidentally actually hitting your friends and, accidentally. And then from there, it kind of evolved once I learned about SAG-AFTRA, the union, things like Urban Action Showcase, film festivals. I found my friends, my kind of like niche groups that also enjoyed making action choreography. And believe it or not, Demetrius, I believe the thing that really kicked off my entrance into the real stunt community, where I met a lot of people, was the Urban Action Showcase.
Yes.
Like, to be honest, that was where I got invited onto a project that was put into the Urban Action Showcase. I didn't know what it was or what to expect from it. But when I went there for the first year, I think maybe in 2017 or 18, that's when I got to see so many people who enjoyed doing what I do. So many people that were passionate about making fights on film, fight choreography, and people that were really experienced, everybody from different levels. So I remember watching a few different groups on the big screens and being like, whoa, wow, okay, that's it. I'm decided that no more competing as my main thing, no more just teaching as my main thing, even though I still do those for fun. I said, this is not my main thing. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And that's where I actually ended up meeting a whole bunch of different people at Urban Action Showcase. And then from there, just kept snowballing and doing my thing.
Well, we definitely appreciate you giving us the accolades there. It was always my desire. I actually started out as a filmmaker way back in the day. I came to HBO in 1999, and I was able to meet some amazing people who were very supportive, and I was able to see the culture of how they did film festivals, and to know that there was an opportunity with the Cinemax brand to make a difference when it came to giving the, I should say, um, minority group um, an opportunity to be seen and to be heard in a mainstream level. And when I say minority, I'm just talking about anybody marginalized, anybody that you don't have a chance. Because as you know, we're about inclusion, not exclusion. So I just said, you know what? I love action film. Action film is the blockbuster genre, but we don't get the accolades. You know what I'm saying? We don't get any Academy Awards. We don't get anything, but we're the ones that bring in all the money, and we're the films that cost the most money. And I said, you know what I also love? I also love Comic Con. I said, let me figure out how to combine those two things together, where there's a trade show of action junkies and pop culture that people love, because martial arts is what gives action its action, right? There's no martial arts movies no action movies, I should say, without martial arts. And I feel like because people don't know any better, they think superheroes are fighting superhero style. And they're like, they ain't superhero style. They're on martial arts. I'm like, I remember when I saw The Dark Knight. Is that the one with Liam Neeson where he had to
Batman
go train
Begins.
with
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul? That's
Yeah.
that one. What did he learn how to do? He learned to be a
The
ninja,
elbow. Yeah.
but he learned to be a ninja, right? Oh, here's our boy Javon Wallace, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh,
Another,
Javon
another
Wallace.
one of
Made
the
it.
fighters from Weapon of Choice. I was stalling, Javon, waiting for you.
Oh,
I,
why? Thank you. I appreciate
I was
that.
talking about the journey of Urban Action Showcase, International Action Film Festival, and Urban Action Showcase. But now I can bring that to the close and talk about y'all. So, but anyway, it was just a vision that I had to give these marginalized individuals a place on the big stage, and there was never a bigger stage than Times Square. So AMC Theaters Times Square has always been the home for our cinema. And then in 2015, we brought the expo aspect there as well. Of course, because of the pandemic, we had to go into the virtual realm, but we're grateful for technology that we're able to do that. This year, we're hoping to come back. Most likely, we'll have to move to Jersey so everybody can come, because New York City does not allow people like myself, non-vaccinated individuals, to go anywhere. So, love New York, but New York is not loving me right now. So I'm gonna give Jersey some love. If the people are interested, we're gonna give Jersey City some love. There's some theaters over there, easy to get to by the PATH train,
Yeah.
right there, easy to go. So we got that planning. But I want to talk about Weapon of Choice. First of all, it is a winner of the Urban Action Showcase 2-minute warning action sequence contest. So let's talk about that first, and then we're going to talk about why they are the standard for the 2-minute warning action sequence championships. And I want to talk about what the difference is. So first, Matt, let's talk. First, Javon, we didn't get to hear from you. So tell us quickly about your martial arts journey, why you love martial arts, why you chose action cinema, and when you started in action cinema.
Okay, well, my martial arts journey pretty much started when I was about 5, 6 years old after watching this movie with Jet Li called Fist of Legend on VHS. and I was just so captivated by Jet Li that what he was doing was just the coolest thing in the world. I didn't know what he was doing. I just wanted to do what he was doing, you know. So started doing a Shotokan karate out here in Jersey. And then when I was 17, I started to get into doing stunts. Didn't take it too seriously, but then I started doing theater. But I just have a love for action cinema, you know, doing the stunts, being able to do the action, you know, being able to express yourself through, you know, physical movement, you know, and tell stories. You know, that's, you know, the beautiful thing of doing action cinema is just, you know, the way you can tell the stories through physical movement, the pain, the drama, you know, every kick and punch, you feel that within the story, within the fight choreography. So, you know, it's just a burning desire and a love that I have for action cinema. And it was kicked off by watching Jet Li, you know, on VHS, watching Fist of Legend and watching The Black Mask.
Definitely a Jet Li fan myself. Of course, I'm a little older. I was born in the 60s. So uh, the other Lee that started it, Bruce Lee, baby. I was jumping on the bed. I was like 5 or 6, jumping on the bed, watching it on TV. That's what we did as a kid. We jumped on our parents' bed. That was the thing back then. So Bruce Lee was on. I just like you. I knew I wanted to do that. I didn't know what that was. So my actual first style of martial arts, 1975, was Tang Soo Do. Anybody know Jun Ree?
Oh yes,
I heard of Jun Ree.
Jun Ree,
I was Jun Ree, Tang Soo Do, baby. I was born in DC, so that's why that was the thing back in those days. So let's talk about weapon of choice, Matt. I dare say you were influenced by The Raid, but I could be wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
Talk to us, Sarah. Talk to us about weapon of choice.
So The Raid 2 is like my favorite movie of all time. I'm always talking about it. I saw it twice in one day in the theater, actually. But me and Christine were talking. I edited a Star Wars short that she did, and I just mentioned it because she kind of looked like Camera Girl with the glasses. So I said, let's just do it. She's like, yes. And it was during the pandemic. I had to take a break from my big project. So it's like, let's just do it. Everyone will be masked, except for Christine. And I found that I usually go location scouting where I just walk aimlessly in New York. And I found that location in Queens. And I was like, yeah, let's shoot here. But on the day, it was kind of my fault. I didn't really follow up on the glass and stuff. She didn't have the glasses, and I'm like, that's fine. Let's make it its own thing. It's inspired by The Raid 2, but let's make it like kind of like Streets of Rage and just its own fun thing.
Yeah, man. Okay, so you already had Christine in mind when you started this, right? So where did Eric and Javon come in? And there was one more. I think there's going to be a part 2, but I ain't going to say it's going to be a part 2. You actually saw it. In fact, can people see that on YouTube? Is it available?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on my channel, Keep Forward Productions.
Okay. I'm going to put that link in the chat as soon as I get it from Matt. So where did Eric and Javon come in this?
So Eric, I knew about Eric during the 2016 Urban Action. He was in everything. Like everyone, like I remember somebody in the crowd was like, "He's in everything," and I'm like, "He's very good." He actually kind of reminds me of like Sky Atkins. So I always saw him, and I've actually worked with him before in this other show I did, Instrument Assassins. He got shot. And Javon, me and him were talking for like a year on and off. Like I knew he did action and stuff, but he was just always following up with me and saying he wanted to work with me. And then one day I just said, hey, let's just do it. I want you in this. It was Hammer Girl at the time before it was Weapon of Choice. So I'm like, I want you to be part of this.
Quickly, what is the YouTube to find this? What is it called?
Weapon of Choice. I can find it.
No, I know, but what's your YouTube channel?
Keep Forward Productions.
Okay, just what you got up here. Keep Forward.
Yeah.
It might be tough to find just typing that. You might have to send him a link, Matt.
Yeah. I'm doing that right now.
Okay. All right, so I put that in the chat for now. That these people, everybody these days are private investigators. They know how to search. They know how to get it. Okay, so Before I tell you guys the difference between the 2-minute warning contest in the Urban Action Showcase, that the action sequence contest, and the 2-minute warning championships, I want to play this clip real quick here.
The Urban Action Showcase International Action Film Festival presents the 2-minute warning action sequence championships. Compete against the best in the action genre. The elite in hand-to-hand combat, weapons, and firearms will compete for the championship belt. Submit any fight scene under 3 minutes and show us what you've got. The finalist will be judged by some of the biggest names in action cinema, from stunt coordinators, fight choreographers, action directors, and of course action icons. The 2022 Urban Action Showcase celebrates 10 years of action cinema excellence, bringing diversity and inclusion to the blockbuster genre. The UASIAFF 2-minute warning action sequence championships. Be a part of the action.
Oh yeah.
So cool.
Now let me explain. For if you've ever been to the Urban Action Showcase, you know we have features, we have shorts, we have new media, we have web series, but we also have something called the 2-minute warning action sequence contest. And what that is, that's any action sequence, action trailer, stunt reel, anything action based under 3 minutes. Fight scene, weapons, anything, chase, firefight, anything action, free running, freestyle, anything action. Okay, that's what that is. Now, the 2-minute warning action sequence championship is only for fight scenes with hand to hand, with weapons, as well as firearms. That is the difference. Now, the other difference is this championship will be all of the, I should say, finalists, not official selections, but finalists will be judged live by action icons themselves. So people like Michael J. White, people like Cynthia Rothrock, people like Don the Dragon Wilson, people like Willie Bam Johnson, people like Isaac Florentine. Please let me know.
Legends.
I know you know who that is. You power.
Yes.
You better not shake your head, girl. You a Power Ranger.
No, I'm like, how amazing they are. I'm like,
Oh,
yes,
okay. You a Power Ranger.
I am.
Yeah. Love that series. If you haven't seen that series, guys,
It's dope.
Power Rangers Unworthy, man, it's great. My boy, what's my boy's name that does it? Jordan. Jordan. And that's, and in fact, his student, my student, which is, his significant other, probably, I don't know. But anyway, she's the editor. Beautiful Dish, she's the editor. But she's one of my students. But it's, when I tell you, man, that's some top-notch Power Rangers action, next level, man. It's great storytelling, great acting. Christine, you do your darn thing in there. Eric, everybody, you guys, that's a great series. But back to this is about fight scenes, and this is what we love the most in action films, right? We all can say our favorite fight scene in an action film, right? Now, before The Raid came out, I would dare say one of my favorite fight scenes was in The Bourne Identity, that bathroom scene, which
Yes.
was, of course, choreographed by Jeff Amata, which is, of course, one of the students of the great Danny Iasanto. So to me, he changed the game, because even though I know fight scenes that used the surroundings and so forth as part of the sequence, man, he really just took that for me to the next level. So I really love that. And this contest is really going to highlight people's love for fight scenes. Like I said, whether it be with a weapon, without a weapon, even for firearms, we love just the art of combat, and this is going to feature that. So since I shared my favorite fight scene before the raid hallway scene, before that, well, actually, I'll be honest, I think the Hammer Girl scene might be one of my favorites. That's why I really love this film. But let me tell you how the weapon of choice became the representation champion for this year. We took all the winners of this year's 2-minute warning contest and we gave it to our jury. And they decided, obviously, that weapon of choice would be the winner to represent this contest going forward. And I would like, Matt, do you have your belt with you, baby?
Yes, I do actually.
You show them the gold, baby. Show it to them.
That's you.
Oh my goodness. Look at, I love, yes, thank you, Christine. Look at that, baby. Hold it up like this for us. There it is, baby.
Oh
Look
wow,
at
it's an actual belt.
Look at that, baby.
It's so
Yeah.
The
big.
belt. The reigning champion, man. Okay, Christine, show me what you got.
All
Show me
right.
what you got.
Oh, all right. I got you.
Look at that, baby.
Wow.
Look at that. Do you see the gold? Where's yours, Javon? You got yours?
Oh yeah, I got mine. Pulling it
Can
out
you see
right
the
now.
gold, baby? There
Oh,
it is.
it's a chain.
Flavor
I didn't even
Flav
know.
ain't got nothing on her. Flavor Flav ain't got nothing on her, baby. Yes,
There we
indeed.
go.
The gold, baby. You can do big exercises with that, baby.
You know, it's pretty
Tell me.
heavy. You
Yes,
know.
indeed. Read what it says.
Yeah.
Weapons of choice. It's got your name on it.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we're doing it, man. We're doing it. Look at that. 2-minute warning, action sequence champion. That's how we're doing it, guys, for 2022. If you want to be a part of the action, if you want to hold the goal and be, this is a prestigious award. Believe that. No one's ever done this before. No,
Wow, we're
they
the first.
They might copy. They can go ahead, but we already did it, baby. We've been doing it for 10 years. We just taking it to another level. That's all. But before I move on, Christine, your favorite fight scene in a movie?
Oh my God. Well, I actually watched The Raid not too long before we actually shot that. And I really liked the scene with she was actually one of the side characters, but she had like wire that she would like come in.
Oh, that's Night Comes for Us. Night Comes for Us.
Night Comes for Us. And there's this side villain and she uses I guess like wire. Like what would you call it? Is that an actual weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget. I don't know the name of it, but it's like a wire saw.
Yeah, she uses wire and she fights with that and she, comes and slices people's
Very
head
creative.
off. Yeah, very creative. I really like that one.
Cool. Brother Eric.
My favorite fight scene ever is from Jet Li Unleashed. It's the first opening scene. It's actually, if we were talking about before, like kind of what inspired us to get into action in the first place. I saw that movie when I was 13 years old, and that also kind of helped put me on the path for it. When I saw the first scene of it's also called Danny the Dog in some countries.
Yeah.
Jet Li Unleashed. That kind of choreography really resonated with me. Just the kind of raw emotion that you can put into movements, the kind of movements that you can string together in an art form like a fight scene compared to what you would do in actual competition, it just didn't compare for me. And when I saw that play out on Jet Li Unleashed, the first scene, that was something that I looked at as like, whoa, what else can I do with martial arts movement? That's always been my fascination since then with martial arts has been how many ways can I make this move? Like how many ways can I make this scene interesting? What are the interesting pathways that I can take for each scenario? And like what would I do in a real life situation if I wanted this fight to look the most interesting, to be the most creative or expressive of the story? And Jet Li definitely inspired that in that scene for me.
Cool. Javon.
Well, quick side note, I have Jet Li on my wall, but
Yeah, I see him.
I just wanted to throw that out there. But I don't want to cheat and say the final fight scene for the night comes for us with Iko and Joe Taslim. I don't want to cheat, you know, but I'm gonna say, like Eric said, in Unleash is also one of my all-time favorite martial art films, which is the scene that in the bathroom scene.
Bathroom scene, yeah.
The bathroom scene when they're fighting in that tight, closed rain environment in that stall.
That was nuts,
That's
dude.
really hard to do, and the cadence and rhythms that Jet and the other performer was going with, superb. So it's just that you hear every emotion, you hear the bone cracking, you hear every single punch, the rhythm, the cadence, the beats. It was just beautiful just to watch. So it will probably be the bathroom scene within that closed fine space, just that sequence right there with Jet and I can't remember his name with the other performer in Unleash, but that scene, that sequence right there in that bathroom stall is beautiful.
Matt.
This is so hard for me. So I'm gonna go with the one that started it for me, and that was Bruce Lee versus Norris in the Coliseum in Way of the Dragon. Because two heavyweights, the story, the build up, the cat, and then the respect at the end. I thought, like, as a kid, that just blew me away.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So I'm excited about this year. I'm hoping that you guys would submit again. Once again, everybody, the link we'll put the link in, or actually just go to urbanactionshowcase.com and then click call for entries. That's simple, and then you can enter. But no, there is a difference. The 2-minute warning championships is different from the 2-minute warning action sequence regular competition. All right, so championships is separate. Okay, and that's where you're going to win the gold. That's where those action icons are going to decide live. So that's going to be it's going to be on a different day. Probably going to be on a different day than the awards because it's going to be live. So if we're in person, it'll be the same day because we'll all be in the same space. But if we're going to do it virtual, then obviously it'll be on a different day. But either way, it's going to be a moment to remember. And that's what we've always done. If you know, we've always had action icon opportunities where you can actually learn from these icons. I don't know how many of you actually been to the Michael Jai White screen fighting masterclass that we've had, Cynthia Rothrock screen fighting masterclass. We actually had Isaac Florentine our first year teach a masterclass. So
amazing filmmaker.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get back to that. We have a survey out on the internet. We've sent out mass emails. It's also on our pages, and it's going to stay up. What you want to see for the 10th anniversary? What are the best aspects of the Urban Action Showcase that you like, from seminars to panels to celebrity guests to fan meet and greets to what we call showcase anniversary films. Like this year, it's the 20th anniversary of Equilibrium. That's why I like that film. A lot of people didn't give that film no love, but I like that film a lot.
Kung Fu.
A lot of anniversaries this year, but the survey is for us to find out, okay, what you really love about Urban Action, so that we can reproduce that for the 10th anniversary and make it a grand affair, and of course, safely for everybody as well. Before I let everyone go, talk to us about something that you're doing now. You ain't got to give us all the secrets, but tell us what you got going on new, Matt, and what we can look forward to and where we can find you. I believe you gave us your YouTube already.
Yes. So you can find me also on Key Forward Production Instagram. That's my Instagram. Right now I'm working with these three guys again for Rage Peaks at Night, which is a web series, which I'm almost done. I'm in post. I have 4 episodes already edited. I just need to score them. And then I have another thing with Eric and Javon later this year. And then another I'm always got to work with these guys. They're just amazing, So I'm grateful that they let me direct them.
Cool. Christine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can catch me on, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. This sounds so pretentious. I hate when people are like, I don't know if I can say this. Meanwhile, it's like one line in a show.
Well, don't say it if you don't supposed to say it. We don't want you to trail
Okay,
it.
rewind. So the new episode of Unworthy is gonna be filming soon. And yeah, I'll be in the new episode of, or one of the episodes of Rage Peaks at Night. And yeah, whatever. And I think Fight for Film also has like,
We have a project going on at my dojo. Something we've been planning for a while. Yeah, I won't say too much on that yet, but it's going to be exciting. There's going to be some cool stunts in there. We're getting Christine to play in that too.
Javon.
Okay, well, like Matt said, Rage Peaks at Night will be on the way. We'll be getting to work on that, and hopefully within the next few weeks, I've been working with Jordan on a Power Rangers Unworthy spinoff, which is called The Last Ninjetti, which is a prequel before the war, which is a quick backstory on the character Ninjor, which is the character I'll be playing from the Mighty Morphin series. So hopefully that will be out in the next coming weeks. And also Street Fighter, I'm also be playing a character in the Street Fighter series. That'll be coming out in the next few months. So and that's gonna be a dope fight scene that you guys would want to check out to watch.
Well, I hope all of you submit to Urban Action Showcase
Definitely.
Action Film Festival this year. I appreciate your talent. I appreciate your time. And thank you for taking the reins. Thank you for bringing the passion of your of the martial arts, the passion for filmmaking, because you guys are the next generation. Look at Joseph Lee. He started at Urban Action. He did, Shang-Chi. He was on the stunt team, you know what I'm saying, with Andy Lee. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
You know who he is. If
Yeah,
you know
Martial Club.
Jackie Chan, you know all these people.
That's one of the games I saw in 2016.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful for all of your participation, grateful for all of your talent, and everybody definitely watch these individuals because they are very talented. They're doing some great things. So go out and support them. Go out and support them. They don't need a Marvel behind their name. They don't need a Warner Brothers behind their name to support good work. And that's what they're doing. They're doing good work. And that's what we do as a platform. We showcase these unseen artists so that people can see them and know that, hey, someone else is doing some great things as well. All right. So I want to thank you guys for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing us the goal. Thank you for inspiring the next generation. Until next time, I want you guys to stay safe. And of course, always be a part of the action. Peace.
Peace. Keep forward.